All right, today's Saturday, May 21, 2022. Big day for the 68 today. Where we left off previously was we got the moonroof installed with a metal cover. As you can see, it's already flash rusting. So everything lines up good with that. We showed all that in the previous. So today we're going to start sanding the car. Like I shown previously, it's really not bad. It's just a little wavy on the quarter panels. But the sail panel's good, the deck lid's good, the roof is good, the firewall's good now. We shaved that and molded that in. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to get all the spray paint off and get it back down to clean bare metal. We're going to wire wheel all in the window gutters, get that down to bare metal. We're going to wire wheel the door jambs, get those down to bare metal. This weather strip got to come off. Get it all cleaned up, and then we're going to DA the car down. We're going to be using 80 grit. I don't know if we're going to get to the bare metal or not. That's really not the goal. We just really want to knock some material down and get a good scratch on it for the epoxy that's going to follow. So we're looking at about 8 hours of work today, and that's going to be hopefully in the evening we can get the epoxy on. If not, I have to spray it tomorrow. So, like I say, sanding the car. I'm going to epoxy it just to get a foundation. Bodywork the rear quarters. As you can see, they're wavy. And 2K primer. Paint it. Going to go butternut yellow. So this is part one of the, I guess you can say, paint job episodes. And get the door handles off. So, bring you guys back once we get started. Here we are about 6 hours later. We got the whole car DA'd. We got the gutters done in bare metal, the door jambs in bare metal. We got the trunk off and DA'd inside and out. Washed it with red pad and dish soap. Now we're just kind of letting it bake in the sun for about half an hour. And we're going to get this thing in some SPI epoxy. So this is a 3-man team today. 6 hours, so that's 18 man hours to get it to this stage. All the edges are bare metal. I feathered them out a little bit with the DA. Drip rails. You don't want a lot of buildup on that around the moonroof. Feathered it out. Did the dash. Since this is going to be a complete color change. So bring you guys back once we start mixing. So we got it all wiped down with the wax and grease remover. I mixed up 2 quarts. For starters, I don't know how much it's going to take. We're going to do the trunk and the moonroof cover in the other room. Ain't enough room in here. So I'm thinking just 2 coats. I think we jam it all in first, and then 1 coat the whole thing, and then 2 coat the whole thing. But all the bare metal we hit first, so the bare metal gets 3 coats. Yep. Bring you guys back once we get it coated. So here we are, 2 coats later. We did 3 on all the bare metal and then 2 on the rest of the car. So the white epoxy struggled to cover a little bit, but 2 coats was able to get it. I had to spot in some areas where we had some breakthrough. It was struggling to cover that, but it's coated. So like I say, 3 coats on all the bare metal, 2 coats on the rest. I'm sure it looks great on camera, but there's some body work needed. been a while since I painted or sprayed this much at one time, so kind of had to relearn some things. Firewall looks great. You can see the waves and ripples are still there, but not bad, not bad. Minimal body work on this car. So let me take you next door over here. Did the trunk and the moonroof over here. 2 coats on this. 1 coat underneath the trunk. No need to waste. Got a couple craters. I don't know, went on too heavy maybe, or didn't like what it was going on top of. And 2 coats on the top. The trunk, I don't think it has a single dent on it, so really easy. But yeah, that's a wrap. So got a lot in today. Solid 8 hours, non-stop, 3 guys. So had to move the 60 back over here, so it's parked. Need to address that. Actually had to get inside the car to do the moonroof. So I don't know what kind of overspray we got in there, but I have to address that. We did get the dash also. Cover the rear deck, sorta. Didn't really want to waste material. But yeah, that's a wrap, man. So I think next step is gonna be start some body work with some rage. Block it down. Go from there. 2K. We also have some super build for the quarter panels and the doors and the fenders. I don't think it needs super build on the roof, the trunk, or the firewall. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Bring you guys back next weekend. All right, today's Saturday, May 28th, 2022. Kind of a one-man show out here today. Might have some help in a little bit here. Gonna be putting in a couple hours on the 68. I think today's plan is we're going to focus on the fenders, the trunk, and the moonroof cover. First order of business is we're going to shave this antenna hole. Take the last of this trim off somehow. I believe there's some trim here in the fenders, front, that, and DA the whole thing. There's no rust on them. There's a little bit of scale down here. But I think we get that down to bare metal and it'll go away. A little bit of bubbling right there, but I don't think that needs to be cut out. I think that'll sand down. Get these things in epoxy. Maybe do a little filler work on this metal cover, which it really doesn't need much, just a little bit around the edges. Possibly get this trunk in 2K primer. Bottom side is 1 coat of epoxy. It's pretty much what it needs to be. Top side has 2 coats, but I don't think there's a single dent on there, but we're gonna block it anyways. Like I say, this is 1 coat. I had a little bit of reaction there. So anyways, that's the plan. Fenders, trunk, moonroof cover. I don't think we're gonna do anything to the body this weekend. I'm gonna hold that off till next weekend. It's kind of a light day today. So bring you guys back once I get this thing cut out. All right, here we are a few hours later. We got this hand sanded with 220 and red pad on the underneath. Blocked this down with 80 grit and did some filler all the way around the edges. It blocked down real nice. So what we're gonna do now is get them in some 2K primer. Don't spill that, it's very expensive. So we're just gonna do 2 coats underneath, and that's pretty much it. That'd be ready for paint or 1 more sanding, and then put it out in the sun, let it dry real flat, real fast, flash off. Flip it over, do 2 coats on the top, 2 coats on moonroof, and then 180, and then it's going to need another round of primer. So just one round of primer underneath. We got the fenders in epoxy. I just finished that. Okay. Gonna need a patch job on the bottom. So I didn't waste any on there. But they're pretty straight, not as wavy as the quarter. This one's also gonna need a patch job, unfortunately, but it's better to do it now than later. So these things are in 2 coats. I'm just gonna let them bake for a week. Once we spray this primer here, that's gonna be it for the day. So I'll bring y'all back when we spray it. All right, here we are. 2 coats on top, 2 coats on the bottom. And man, it's really hot. Got a little bit of a stripe, but it's just the primer. It's because it's drying before it hits the panel. It's 97 degrees in here right now, about 50% humidity. But they're coated. So the next step is going to be guide coat 180. Guide coat 180, 2 more rounds of primer, or 1 more round, 2 more coats, and then it's ready for 400 and paint. There was only 3 little bitty dingers on the trunk. Other than that, no body work needed. So that's what we accomplished today. We got the fenders in epoxy, and we got these pieces right here in the first round of 2K high build. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll bring you back once we get some more work.